All right, first question of the NFL nickel package. Who has more total yards in their rookie season, Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson?
Bijan. Bijan is – they took him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they took him at, what, 8?
Yep.
They took him, and they're going to get their money's worth out of him. He's going to walk in the door and be the focal point of what they do, and you have to, right? Because the jury's out on Desmond Ridder.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And it's not trending well. The jury's going to be back with a decision in about 4 months. So it's going to be a lot of Bijan all the time. And I know I'll be, maybe someone will say, you should leave the state, Neal, for saying that. But I think Bijan's usage is going to be off the charts.
No, it is certainly going to be Bijan Robinson. I think there's a chance that Tyler Algier, their 5th-round draft pick rookie from last year that had 1,000 yards, all of a sudden turns into Alexander Madison, just a backup guy. And Bijan Robinson, to me, he's a guy that is going to be the best running back in the NFL in the next 2 or 3 years. No question about it. And Jahmyr Gibbs, I think his issue is going to be lack of carries because David Montgomery is still clear RB1. I think he's going to catch more passes than Bijan Robinson, but Bijan Robinson is no slouch catching passes out of the backfield. He's one of the best pass catchers coming out as well. But give me Bijan Robinson to have a rookie of the year style rookie season.
Yeah, I mean, he is the most NFL ready prospect,
100%.
right? And that was pretty much unilateral across the board. Steve Wild says Bijan, but his career will last 4 years. Well, I don't. You look at the body, man. Like that dude is ready to go. He gives me. I'm not saying he's going to be like goated, but when you look at Bijan, I get like LeBron vibe. Like I was always big on LeBron because of the body as an 18-year-old. Bijan Robinson is an NFL football player right now walking in the door.
A built-in-a-lab type of running back. If you could build a perfect running back, it would look like Bijan Robinson.
No doubt about it. Second down.
Second question of the NFL nickel package. Who has more receiving yards as a rookie, Sam Laporta or Michael Mayer?
Troll it up, Spenny. Troll it up, right? I think it's got to be Mayer, right? Because Laporta, while he is a second-round draft pick, is walking into a tight end committee room where there are going to be specialized roles. The Lions tight ends were very effective inside the 20. Very effective. Very effective. Very trustworthy. Did the job. Very good blocking as well. Because part of that success as the tight end inside the 20 package, speaking of packages, right? Package. Speaking of that, the run blocking angle of
Absolutely.
it. They were counted on for that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I again, this isn't, to me, a lot of the stuff isn't rocket science, man. It comes down to usage. It's like Data Davis. When his team's down 20, he's going to put up points on the board. And then everyone's going to walk away saying, he had a 40-piece. Yeah, I mean, he was minus for the day, but yeah, whatever, go on. It's a usage thing.
They also got back to within 3 and had a shot to tie it, so those points weren't meaningless. But you know what? This is the NFL nickel package, so I will stick to that. I am actually going to go with Sam Laporta on this one, and for some of the same reasons that you're going to, but I'm looking at the Raiders wide receiver room. Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, and they have Austin Hooper on their roster, who I think right now is a better and more polished tight end than Michael Mayer, although I think Michael Mayer will be better in year 2. I expect both of them, honestly, Laporta and Mayer, to have, I wouldn't say disappointing years, but they're both going to have less than 500 receiving yards, I would say. Tight ends don't usually come right out of the gate and dominate. Travis Kelce didn't. George Kittle didn't. Like some of the best ever did not. So I think Sam Laporta is actually going to get more usage because he actually is the best tight end on that team. I actually hope that there are plays schemed for him, and Zylstra and Brock Wright and James Mitchell aren't targeted as much. That's what I hope. That's what I think could happen.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, again, I mean, you do bring up a good point, though, with the Austin Hooper thing and stuff like that. I just think, though, the Raiders, they got him. They're gonna use him, too. They are going to use him.
I could see that.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, John Lord, ACL injury coming for Bijan. Man.
Dude,
Jesus.
come on now. You can't.
John, a question for you. Do you want Wembanyama to tear his ACL? Do Pistons fans want that?
No, I don't think anybody wants that.
Can you put that on the poll real quick? Just do Pistons fans want Wembanyama to tear his ACL? Because that's the vibes I get. You don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't feel.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you either.
I bet the vote would be closer than you think it
It
would.
probably would. People are scumbags. All right, third question of the NFL nickel package. Which NFL team falls short of expectations next season?
Which NFL team falls short of expectations?
Yeah.
I guess that depends on how you define expectations, right? Because if I wanted to do the blue chip, like the Apple stock of this, I would say the Dallas Cowboys, because everyone always expects everything from them and they never do anything. So I mean, my stock answer, my safe play, if I was going to invest my money in a disappointment market, the Dallas Cowboys would be the blue chip of that stock market. You guys are again, going back to what one of our texters or chat thread people said earlier, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I honestly believe that. I am not sold on Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, Houston's gonna win the division.
You know what I'm saying, man? Like, it happens to somebody all the time. And I'm with you on Houston. They put their package on the table during the draft.
Yeah.
And they pushed.
And in the offseason, I like the free agents.
I do too. Like, I don't know. Jacksonville Jaguars. You want an off-the-grid answer, against the grain answer? That's my against the grain answer.
Ooh, well then my answer is probably even more against the grain and against the grid. I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals fall short of their expectations. And I don't hate Joe Burrow, for the record. Obviously, Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the NFL. They have the best wide receiver room in the NFL. What I worry about is their secondary, their linebacking core, and their offensive line, although they really upgraded with Orlando Brown. That will be huge. I just also think with that division, Pittsburgh, you can count on them to win 8 or 9 games. Baltimore's going to be better. It wouldn't shock me at all if Cleveland is even flirting for a playoff spot. I just think they're in a gauntlet right now, and you can't count on them like you can other teams like the Chiefs to just run away with that division. It wouldn't shock me at all if Joe Burrow never wins a Super Bowl in his entire career.
WoodwardSports.com.
Bro, what?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Mike G. Flannel, who's better, Trevor Lawrence or J.J. McCarthy?
Well, Trevor Lawrence.
Is he?
Duh. I love Trevor Lawrence. He was a generational quarterback.
Did he get to New York?
I think he got to New York. He never won one.
Right.
He never won a Heisman, though.
Trevor Lawrence won a Heisman.
He did not. I promise he did not.
I thought he did his freshman year.
He won a Natty his freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
He came in mid-season for Kelly Bryant, I believe.
Okay. Jack Harrington, Sam equals a Joe Burrow hater. LOL.
Oh, he lost Devontae Smith one. Yeah.
Next down.
Okay, next question of the nickel package. Which NFL team is your most improved from the previous season?
Spenmo and I are lockstep.
Hell yeah.
We're big on the Houston Texans. As I said, as Spenmo said, throughout the end of the football season last year, when the Texans fired their coach, I said, if I'm an NFL coach, of all these jobs that are out there, if I could have one, I'm taking the Houston Texans job. And that was before I knew they had 2 of the top 3 picks in the draft or whatever craziness they did this year. I do. I'm big on the Texans, and that's who I think is going to be your, quote, worst to first this year. And, again, Jacksonville will take a step backwards.
Ooh, that's a good one. That would be in the running for me, but I'm going to go with another team that was one of the worst teams in the NFL last year, and I think you guys might agree with me, too, on this one. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. I think
They would be my second choice.
I'll tell you what, they won 3 games last year. It wouldn't shock me at all if they won at the very least 7 or 8, and maybe even contended for the second spot in the division.
Boo.
Here's the thing. Justin Fields... It wasn't Justin Fields' fault that the Bears were bad last year. It was because their defense, once they got rid of Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn, was historically bad. And now you give Justin Fields, DJ Moore, a full offseason of Chase Claypool. Darnell Mooney doesn't have to be your number 1.
And oh, by the way, he's one of the most dynamic athletes at the position in the game.
He had 1,100 yards. And people forget this about Justin Fields. During his 2019 season at Ohio State, he threw for 41 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He was seen as a very polished passer of the football. He wasn't seen as a running quarterback coming out, but we'll see. I like Cole Kmet, their tight end. They drafted a first-round offensive lineman. They got a couple of linebackers in free agency. I like their safeties. Their corners are a little bit – they're young, but I think they're talented. The thing I worry about them, though, is who's going to rush the passer. I know they got DeMarcus Walker from Tennessee, who's a 7-sack guy, but – that's a concern.
Huge upgrade in the linebacker spot, right, Spenny?
Yes, Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards. Yeah.
You know what? And Flannel, this is the one that I do kind of vibe with you on because you're getting crushed right now in the chat, but I'll step in too because I did this for everybody once already with Jalen Hurts. Remember when I did this for everybody with Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
My first month on the network, I was like, guys, dude, Jalen Hurts is legit. And this was the exact same, except they all said Hurts sucks.
Yeah.
Simplified playbook, not a good passer, all that. The same bit. I see the same things in Justin Fields, man. I see the same thing, except he's more dynamic of an athlete.
Oh, he's
way more.
Besides for Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick, I would put him as, other than those two, the most dynamic athlete we've ever seen at the quarterback. Maybe prime Randall Cunningham, but Justin Fields had an 1,100-yard rushing season. That's phenomenal.
All right. Final. We got to go to break real fast.
Yes.
But final question. Give me one long shot MVP candidate.
One long shot MVP candidate. Because of I'm talking a bomb.
Don't say it.
Because of the juice. You said you want a long shot.
Yeah, right.
I'm giving you a long shot.
You're going to say it.
The juice is already built in. Yes, Spencer Raxter. The juice is already built in. Say Mahomes twists an ankle or something like that. I'm just saying, you wanted a bomb. You asked for this.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you what you asked for.
Okay.
If they repeat the form and this team goes to where they can go, yes, Spenny, Jared Goff is a long shot for the MVP.
Wow.
He's a long Spenny. I'm not saying it's a get right.
I know.
I'm not saying I'm betting one of the furnaces on it. I'm not saying any of that.
It's better than what I thought you were going to say. Justin Fields. So I'm cool with Goff.
No, because they won't win enough.
It's fair.
If this, guys, I'm telling you,
MVP.
If this Lions team does what everybody thinks they can do, the bias is already built in. I'm telling you, man.
I don't hate that one. And I'm about to drop a bomb as well. I know we got to go to break.
Oh, God.
I will say Justin Fields as a long shot, severe long shot.
Okay, stop.
For the reasons I just gave you.
I'm a big Justin Fields guy too, but not MVP this year.
But what if he really ups his passing numbers? You give him DJ Moore. You give him a free agent offensive line and Nate Davis. You give him a first-round draft pick.
All right.
Khalil Herbert.
The big package game. We're falling behind.
All right.
Get our package back on track.